Hi everyone, I'm Lauren and welcome to my Art Nook. Please check out my Etsy page or my Instagram or my Pinterest. Today we are doing something a little different and new. We are doing crystal resin by Geode. I've never done this. Always safety first, goggles and gloves. It is a 2-to-1 ratio resin. So just like I said, I've never done this before. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna write 2 and 1 on the bottles, just so next time when I do this, I know which one I need to have 2 parts of and which one I need to have 1 part of, so I don't have to go through all the instructions again. So I'm just measuring them out in their 2 little cups, and the hardener, which is the more liquidy one, just spilled everywhere on my little cardboard mat. My only complaint really with this resin, I've never used any other kind before, but the bottles were not very pour friendly, and it was kind of frustrating because resin is not the cheapest art project in the world. So for it to be, kind of pricey, I would like it to have a little bit nicer pour bottles so that I wouldn't waste half of it on the table. Like, that kind of stinks. But it is what it is. So I got the hardener poured out, and I have 2 parts of it, and I have 1 part of the resin. And the resin is a lot thicker. It's almost like syrupy, Hershey syrup almost. It's kind of thick and gloppy. So I try and scrape it off from around like the top where the lid screws on, because I don't want it to be all sticky there. And back in the box it goes. I measure them in separate measuring cups because I don't want to have to toss these measuring cups. I want to be able to rinse them out and reuse them. So I went ahead and I measured them separately, and then I poured them into 1 mixing cup. And I'm going to mix this up for 2 minutes, and then I'm going to put it into a different mixing cup. So I did my best to scrape it all out because it really wanted to stay in there. It was thick. It was thick with like 5 C's. It was not wanting to come out. I wanted to get like a kitchen spatula, but I knew if I got like one of those little kitchen spatulas, I would not be able to use it ever again. I wish there was like, reusable kitchen stuff that like you could use for resin, but there's none that I know of. Gosh, I can't speak today. Anyway, so now I'm just gonna mix in the hardener, and we are gonna get to mixing. The hardener came out pretty easy because, like I said, it's pretty liquidy. It's not thick. So I'm just getting my timer going, and whoa, my hand is going. It is off. This is going crazy. No, I'm just kidding. I sped this up because I didn't think it'd be too exciting to watch me just stir and stir and stir for several minutes. So I'm stirring and scraping the bottom of the cup to make sure I get all that mixed in, and then I'm pouring it in this other cup, and just to make sure like anything that didn't get mixed in, anything that got stuck to the side is left in that first cup. So everything in the second cup is all mixed in, because if you have any resin that isn't mixed in your coaster, then it's going to be sticky and tacky, and it won't set up and it won't get hard. So that's what I was told that would be a good idea. So that's what I'm doing here. I wonder if maybe you can do just like a 1 cup process and just mix it for like 4 or 5 minutes instead of 2 minutes per cup. Let me know if you guys have tried resin, and let me know if you guys have like a method for mixing and like how long you mix it for. Do you mix it for 4 minutes in 1 cup, 2 minutes in 2 cups? Let me know. I'm kind of interested to see like how everyone mixes it all up. And do you guys like to mix up like your colors in before you pour it, or do you like to put the color in after you pour it? I'm kind of interested. I like to know what other people like to do. So try to get as much of it out as I could, and it's fairly full, not all the way full. I probably should have mixed up a little more, but you know what? This is a learning process. This is fun. So I've used the same colors that I used on my favorite piece that came out in the alcohol inks experiment that we did. And the burgundy is actually coming out brown here. And that third color I just put in was the black. And it's coming out kind of like an emerald green. And the green, looks kind of turquoisey. But it's just like, huh, that's an interesting turn of events. I did not expect the colors to change in the resin. Like, I didn't know, why is my burgundy brown? And there's my husband who came in to give me some of his opinions and his thoughts. He was very, very excited about this whole experiment. He was very excited. He wanted to give me his 2 cents, which I'm more than happy to hear. I love his input. So I try to push it around a little bit, try to get it moving, because it kind of spreads out when I put the droppers in there, but not a whole lot, at first at least. Once it starts sitting there, it does start moving somewhat on its own, but it's interesting. It's interesting what it does. So I kind of just let it sit there for a bit, and if you watch it here, I sped it up quite a bit. It starts moving towards the center. It's kind of slow, so I had to speed it up. But you can see really closely there on the right, the bottom right, it is just getting sucked into the center. Like there's a mini vacuum in there. You're just going sucking it in. Like, what is it doing? Why is it just going towards the center? Like, my desk is fairly level. I don't know why it's just going straight into the center. It's crazy. So it's not hardened at this point. It was only a few minutes that I was gone. So I try to like move it around with my heat gun, trying to get it out of the center, try to get some of those bubbles out of there, and it's just not wanting to get out of the center. It wants to just stay there. It says the center of this coaster is my home, and I'm not leaving. So I'm like, okay, well, I did my darndest. This is my first coaster. This is just an experiment. We will make more coasters in the future, I'm sure of it. And so what I've done is I've gone ahead and my husband got me a level board, which is good for if you're using resin and it's not coming out level, which this one unfortunately did not come out level, which you'll see in the photos. So we can try this again, and we can use the leveling board to make sure that it comes out level this time. And we can also use it for acrylic pours and all kinds of other fun projects. So you will definitely see me do this again. Let me know what kind of colors and what kind of things you'd like to see. And I will talk to you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye!